Another episode of Baking with the Heckles. I am Ashley Heckle. Today we are doing a banana bread. Thanks to my grandma. Shout out to grandma. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Love you. And today we're going to do some banana bread. So yeah, first things first, let me wash my hands. I'll be right back. Alright, now to start off for the banana bread, we're going to do 1 cup of sugar and half a cup of butter. Now what I do with the butter is I just kind of chunk it up a little bit into little tiny chunks, and I already had it in here, and I put my cup of sugar. I've tried to get it started a little bit so I don't bore y'all with the boring stuff. But I've got a fork here, and I'm just kind of creaming. They say to cream the butter and sugar together, so basically just kind of mix it around and kind of squish it together, I guess, in all reality, because the butter's still cold, so it's still pretty solid. And so once you get this mix going pretty well, then we're going to add our bananas. Oh, no, sorry, not my bananas. Not the bananas yet. Eggs. We're going to start with eggs. Alright, so once you get this mixed up pretty well to where it's kind of like a crumble almost, and you can't really tell the difference between the butter and the sugar anymore. It's not really separate anymore. It's kind of all together, which almost looks like a, I don't know, it almost looks like mashed potatoes that are a little on the more done side. I'm not sure. Anyway, so now you're going to take your eggs. We got 2 eggs in here, and you're going to beat them up really well so they're really mixed together. And then you're going to add the 2 really well beaten eggs to your creamed 1 cup of sugar and half a cup of butter. And then you're going to mix this up, and then we can add the banana. Alright, and what I use is, I use 3 pretty well ripened bananas. They're pretty ready to be used by the time I get to the point of making banana bread. And my grandma caught it on my last video, so this one's for her today. Hope you enjoy, Grandma. Alright, so get this mixed together. You want to try to get it as smooth as possible, which may take a couple of minutes, especially if you're just going to use a fork and a spatula, you know. It's going to take a couple of minutes, but get that mixed together nice and smooth. And like I said, I got 3 bananas, so I'm going to go ahead and put my 3 mushed up bananas into my bowl. Alright. Now, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the spatula. Alright, and so then you're going to mix all of that together and get that really well mixed. And then from here, we're going to add 2 cups of flour, and I use just all-purpose flour. And now once you add the bananas, it is going to look a little bit more on the chunkier side, but it's because the bananas are going to give it that extra little something, extra little sweetness. So you try to mush them up pretty well, but at the same time, you don't want to mush them up too much. You don't want soup out of them. Alright, so let's see here. We got 1 cup. Alright, and then I like to mix it in between the cups. Like I said, it's 2 cups of flour, and so I like to put 1 cup in, mix it, and then put the other cup. Because, as I said in the first video, you put too much flour in this, you got to mix it, and it's just poof, makes a big old mess, and nobody wants that. Alright. Alright, got that pretty well. So now we'll go ahead and do the second one. Alright, 2 cups of flour. Alright, and then after we get the flour mixed in, we're going to add just a 1/4 teaspoon, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And with the salt, we're also going to add some baking soda, and that's going to be 1 teaspoon. 1 teaspoon. Alright, now you can kind of see it's starting to look more like a, almost like banana pudding, really, consistency wise. Alright, so like I said, we're going to take a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Just a 1/4 teaspoon, I don't want too much. Alright, so there's the salt. Now we get 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Alright. Now I'm going to mix that together really well. And then from there, like I said, if you want to add like walnuts or any kind of nuts, pecans, almonds, most people do walnuts, and sometimes I do put some walnuts in mine, but I just don't have any at the house today, and I really didn't feel like driving all the way to the store just for 1 pack of walnuts when the bread's going to taste just as good without it. And so once I get it all mixed up, I've got my loaf pan here, and I've already buttered it. Got all the sides, the bottom, everything all buttered, ready to go. Got my oven set to 300 degrees Fahrenheit. And like I said, we're going to go ahead and pop this in here. Put it in the oven for about 1.5 hours almost. I usually check it about 1 hour and 20 minutes, just to make sure that it's not too done. Sometimes it takes the full 1.5 hours. Most of the time, I usually take it out just a couple minutes early, so that way it has time to rest and not get too overdone. So there we go. We'll pop it in. 1.5 hours, 300 degrees. We'll come back and see how it turns out. Welcome back. It's been in the oven for 1.5 hours at 300 degrees Fahrenheit. And now it's ready to cut up, put a little bit of butter on, and enjoy. If you liked what you've seen today, please feel free to like and subscribe so that way you can get notifications when I have some more great baking videos. If you have any more comments you want to add as far as anything you may want to see me bake or decorate, feel free to let me know. Until next time, have a great day.